your balls. I heard your girls got you climbing the walls. Man, your life is a mess. You used to wear the pants, now you're wearing a dress. You feel like enough is enough, and you're tired of wearing the handcuffs. Cause you no longer run your own house. You wanna be a man again, come and join Mouse. What's up, everybody?
What up?
Welcome to the Mouse Show.
You know.
I'm King Ricky.
And I'm Barry.
And today, we have a very special guest with us. If you are a Clipper fan, you already know who this man is. And if you don't, then maybe you're not really a Clipper fan. So we're going to let him introduce himself. Can you introduce yourself?
Man, how do I come on somebody's show, man? I got to introduce my own self,
That's
man.
how we do it on the Mouse Show.
Oh,
man.
wow.
Right.
I'm just kidding, man. This your boy, Clipper Darrell, in the building, baby.
Yes, sir.
Is it any deny that you are Clipper Darrell with all them colors you got on over here, man? I mean, you're safe over here, but when some other places, man, with them colors, I don't know.
You know what? Actually, man, I don't get harassed.
Really?
They show me so much love, man. My car been in Watts to the Nickersons to Baldwin. I mean, where different neighborhoods, man. They never say nothing.
That's beautiful,
It's
man.
never about a gang thing, man. We're glad you're here, and that's the love. You know, I think it's the way my energy comes off.
Yeah, you got that positive energy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got that Cali love, too.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we want to know about your life, though, man. Like, we want to start wherever you want to start from, and then we want to bring it all the way forward. So, were you born in L.A.?
So yesterday, yeah, you want to start off what I did yesterday? No, I'm just playing. No,
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in California, man.
Okay, where'd you
Los
grow up?
Angeles. Grew up off of Normandy 120, down the street from Washington Preparatory High School.
Oh, okay,
Where I went to school at.
Is there any particular thing that you wanted to be when you grew up?
You know what? Honestly, I used to watch a lot of Adam 12 and Emergency 1.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to be a cop or a firefighter. Come to find out, I couldn't do neither one of them.
Oh, you tried?
Yeah, because I got claustrophobia. A lot of people don't know that.
I have that, too.
And I hate elevators, and I can't go underneath houses.
You know, I don't have a problem being in elevators, but like small areas like planes or stuff like that, sometimes if a bathroom is too small, I'll have a problem.
Now, as long as I can open the door, I'm okay. But in an elevator, I'm through, man. We got a mutual friend, but he's your cousin. But I always hold his hand every time I get in the elevator with him.
What does he say when you do that, trying to hold his hand?
Hey, you know what? Actually, he lets me do it though, man.
Oh,
he
okay.
don't, because he know how scared I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm with, we with him, so I got to go up the elevator, going upstairs. But the most stairs I ever went up was 18 flights.
Whoa, and really?
Yeah,
Where was that?
Oh man, I was in my early 20s, man. I can just, it was easy for.
But what was the reason you were going up 18 flights of
go
stairs?
see my attorney.
Oh, for what?
What was I going to see my attorney back then for? I forgot what it was. It was a case I was going. I was suing somebody.
Oh, okay. Did you win?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Well,
I only get the best, baby.
we know that.
Yeah, that's good, man. So, where you said you went to Washington High?
Washington Prep, baby.
Oh, okay.
Not Washington. It's called Washington Preparatory High School.
Oh, okay.
Was that was the name of it back then too?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. We always just knew it as Washington.
Exactly.
Yeah.
George Washington.
Yeah. George McKenna III, man. I love that man.
Oh, that was it. Really?
Yeah, that was our principal.
Oh, okay.
When did you become a Clipper fan?
In the early 90s, I got fired from a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you get fired? Your boss tell you, you ain't gonna amount to nothing without him.
Mm-hmm.
So I went home, felt sorry for myself, plopped on the couch, turned the TV on. Clipper game comes on. They said the same thing about how ownership was horrible, how this team would never be nothing. I said, this is going to be my team. We're going to ride and die together. And that's how I became a Clipper fan.
Oh, okay.
So before that, you never had any kind of feeling of liking the Lakers or anything like that?
No, me and my dad used to watch the games together. That's when the
Laker game or Clipper games?
The Laker game. I mean, just watch basketball, period.
Okay.
And, that's when the scores used to be, especially like with Denver, Golden State, the Lakers, 150 to 160, 130 to 145. I mean, they were some big scores back then, man. That's why I don't know what LeBron be talking about. Wasn't no high scoring back then. Yeah, right. He don't remember the Showtime Lakers, but that's another subject. But me and my dad was he got me into sports and stuff like that. So it was real fun for me, man. coming up as a kid with him.
And what was your first game you went to?
My first game, actually, I used to work for the sports arena.
Okay.
Wow.
So the first celebrity I ever served was Chick Hearn.
Oh.
Came to my window, man. He got a soda and some licorice.
Really?
Yeah, and I was in awe, man. You know.
Did you say anything to him? Even though you were in awe, did you ask him any questions? Or?
Nah, I wasn't Clipper Darrell then, so I was just doing my job, but I knew exactly who he was. But seeing the games and stuff like that back then was real cool.
You said you used to watch the games with your dad. How much of an influence were your parents in your life?
Very much so. I miss them to this day. That's why if you notice on mine, that's why I got HVB #1 mom. She passed first, and then my dad passed second. CLB #1 dad. They was the best parents I ever had, man. You know, they had my back to the fullest. Even when I didn't deserve it, they had me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, parenthood was no joke to them.
You know, some of us, like, you know, me and my brother, we talk all the time, and we talk about, like, some of our parents, you know, they just told you to get a job and work and find your way into society, and they loved us, but we didn't get that extra push that we felt that we should have gotten. Now, did you get that extra push from your parents where they pretty much told you, you know, you can be whatever you want to be and do whatever you want to do?
My mother told me either I'm going to go to school or I'm going to work. I went to school for 2 weeks. Quit, went to work. First job I ever had was Carl's Jr. I worked right here. It was in the city of Torrance. Never forget it, man. Because I went away since I was in L.A. I said I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna get a job where people don't come and mess with me at work. They ain't coming to Torrance. So I had my first job in Torrance. 3 weeks into the job, I became the lead cook. We had a rush. One of the guys couldn't sit in. They trained me, and it's all about. See, a lot of people don't realize, like, when you get your food fast in a fast food restaurant, it's because it's the good cook and you got a good assistant. Because all you doing is worried about the meat. So you slapping the meats on, and they doing all the
prep, all the other stuff,
all the other stuff for you. So, you know, it was so much fun. It was a big learning experience for me, man. I had fun. And then later on, I started working for the LA Unified School District.
You know what's interesting, man, is working in retail, which I've worked in retail, I could never, when I go to a fast food joint, whether I'm in the drive-thru or whether I'm going inside the restaurant, I could never imagine working in a fast food restaurant.
No?
Because I don't know how many times I got to the window and I changed my order. And that person, I'm knowing there's 2 people back there trying to make your food the way you're supposed to have it, and then I'm changing it at the last minute, just making somebody's job like that much harder.
Yeah.
And it's like a fast-paced environment too, kind of stressful.
Very fast paced. So what you do is, so when you say hold the tomatoes and hold the pickles and all that stuff, you put that one to the side, especially if you already know you got 20, 30 people in your drive-thru. You got 10 people. Somebody's going to get that burger right away.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you just put that to the side, make it the way you want to make it. And, you know, there's no excuse. The customer's always right. Customers, if they, you know, some people are allergic to pepper. Some people don't like mustard. Some people don't like ketchup. You know what I'm saying? So my job, I had fun. You know, I got promoted. I got promoted after 3 weeks of being there. So
You don't see like customer service like that anymore though.
No, they like what you
thinking the same thing.
You walk in a restaurant now. What do you want?
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Dang, you want all that? I said, dang, that you realize that's how you get paid, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
The more we order, you know, the better your job's gonna be.
Man, don't look at it that way.
They don't.
It's a different generation out
Sure
there.
is, man.
See, because now for me, I'm big on customer service.
Yeah.
Like I like, you know, I hang out with a lot of people and people just tip, just a tip. See, I tip on service.
Yeah, me too.
That's how it should be.
You know, I tip on if you bring me my water, if you bring me this, you come to check on me. That's how I tip. You can't come thinking you're gonna get a big tip, you know, because you cute. Nah, don't work that way.
You know what's crazy, man? You will go to like a place like, I maybe shouldn't have mentioned that, huh? You'll go to a place like that or any business, and then they'll have like a tip jar in the drive-thru.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, y'all get paid. Y'all benefits are probably better than mine.
Yeah.
You know, and y'all like have a tip jar at the drive-thru, and then who's going to get that tip?
Like certain things, see, I don't feel tips are warranted unless a person go above and beyond, or you made them do something more than than expected.
Yes.
And if you feel like tipping that person, that's on you.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But just to put tips in, nah, I'm
I
not.
don't like that either because you know how like now you look at the receipt and it's like 15%, 18%, 20%.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
tell
on
me
there.
how much to give.
Yeah.
Let me give what I feel like.
Yeah.
You should get.
Like they're forcing you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you will get they'll get less. They'll get less if you just let me put the tip in.
Yep.
Because sometimes I went to a restaurant, I took my family because on Sundays it's my family day, so I take my kids out, and we always go to dinner or we go to breakfast or whatever it is, and they always bring their significant others, right? So it's always a group of us, and the tip was there, and actually she was gonna get more, but since they put the tip on there, they left it as that and moved on.
Because they gotta split that, right?
No,
Those tips.
some companies do and some companies don't.
Oh, okay.
It just depends on who the company is.
Yeah.
Dang, that's funny. How many? I know you're not the only child. How many siblings did you have?
My brother passed away when I was 12. He was 14.
Oh wow.
And but I got 2 sisters.
Okay, and where do you fall in line?
So it's my sister, it was then my brother, and then it was me, then it's my little sister. My little sister, my older sister and my brother and myself are 23 months apart.
Oh,
My little sister is 10 years
behind you.
behind me, yes.
Oh wow.
What kind of influence did they have on your life?
My little sister or my
Any of your siblings?
that's why you see me giving back because my brother was handicapped. My brother was a special needs person. So he had seizures. But he has all his skills and he was strong as an ox. And one night he had a seizure and he threw up. And you know how when you throw up, you're supposed to come out. It went back down into his system and burnt the lining of his lung, and he passed. And he was in a coma for 3.5 weeks.
How young was he again?
Till 14.
Wow.
Yeah, I miss him dearly. So that's why you see me giving back. That's why you see me at special needs events and stuff like that.
That's good, man.
Yeah. That's all of our jobs, to try to do something, man. If we have any kind of success, to try to give back in some kind of way.
You got to, man. Because time, all you got to see, I tell people that ain't about money. People always say, I ain't got no money to do it. You don't need money. Go volunteer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go get in that Big Brother program. Because if you want to make a change, a lot of these kids, man, they grow up with a single parent in the household. Moms ain't got time because she got to work all day. So the streets really raise their kids.
Yeah.
So if you don't have no output, no situations for them, no after school programs for them, what else is there to do? Get in trouble.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's really unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
When did you meet your wife? Was it after high school or in college or?
No, it was later. We used to work together. I worked for the job that I got fired from. We worked together. I was her boss, and she and she's no longer my wife now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't want to. I wanted you to say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but we met. We worked together, and I was a general manager over Pager cell phone shops, and I met her, and we got married, had 2 beautiful kids, and 28 years later, we got a divorce.
How was that like working with somebody who you were romantic with? Because I've never done that. I've had women who I've worked with who I liked, but I've never seriously dated someone who I worked with like close proximity. How was that?
Easy, because I worked at the main store, so she was working at another store. So only thing she had to call me for was like activations, or she wanted or a customer had a problem or something like that. That she had to call me, and that was it. But working with her was easy. That's the easiest thing.
That was a little different than normal work relationships. You know how you right there with the person every day?
Yeah, that is different. So it's a little easier. You're not seeing each other every day. It's a different dynamic. There's still something that you don't know about them, and that's true. That is a different dynamic.
It is, because she worked at a different store location, so but we was always in contact every day. So it was like it was no. I didn't see no struggles, but see, I always been a flirt, so so I've always been a nice guy. So if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen, because I can't change who I am.
Yep.
I got to flirt with you all day. I ain't gonna never touch you. I ain't gonna never say nothing to you. I mean, you say something out of line, but I've always been a flirt. I don't know why that though. I think because my daddy was though.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. 'Cause my mom used to snap like it was. I tell you a quick story about my mama. She was so funny. My daddy, he was a big tipper, right? So we go out to eat, and my dad used to tip. Man, in the early '80s, '90s, man, $25, $30 is a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Shoot, my mom used to have my little sister go back and get the tip.
Wow.
I said, Mama, you are too much.
And they would give it up.
Yeah, no. So the tip was on the table.
Oh, like that. Okay.
Exactly. So
Before they pick it up.
yeah. So she said, go back and get that $20.
Oh, wow.
So she had leave a 10 or a 5.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
You don't tip me at home. That's what she used to tell her. I used to die laughing though, man. But I had great parents, man. They was funny, man. We laughed, we talked, we had family nights and
That's good.
family dinner nights and everything, man. And it's been a beautiful. I miss them dearly though, man. Because it's the little things. It's
Yeah.
when you having a problem, I can always call my mama. My mom was always it seemed like she always knew the answer. Baby, baby, okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go in your room, read the Bible, read this verse for me, okay? And then pray about it. And then call me back in a half an hour and let me know how you're feeling.
Me and my brother can feel that because both of our parents are no longer with us. Yeah. And I think that if you are in that kind of exclusive club, you understand exactly what it feels like. Yeah. Because to me, like, I kind of look at things from a consciousness standpoint. Like, we grew up in a religious household, but as I've gotten older, I've turned towards a different way of looking towards things, even though I do believe in a creator.
Yes.
And to me, when your mom is gone, there's something about you going through her birth canal, which is actually consciousness and spiritual, going through her birth canal, that a piece of you's gone forever. And I know when our mom died, like, there's something that just gone forever and you could just never replace that. So I really understand what you mean when you say, with your mom, you miss her and you miss a lot of things she told you, and some of the things that she said when she was alive came to be true. Like, she would always say, you guys are going to miss me when I'm gone. And, and some of the phrases that you find yourself sounding like your parents.
Where is your parents from, Darrell?
My daddy's from Bayonne, New Jersey. And my mom was from Hartsville, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
What brought them out here?
What was it? Oh, my father was in the military.
Oh, so he was stationed out here at one point.
He came out here. Actually, he was stationed in Jersey, and he said they wanted to let's make a move to California, and that's what they did.
Oh, okay. So I was going to ask you if he had met her here, but he brought her. They came together.
They came together.
What was it like for you to become a father for the first time?
Crazy.
What did you feel like when you saw? Was your son the firstborn?
Mm-hmm.
What did you feel like when you saw your son, like, being like when you? Cause I've been at the hospital, but I've never been inside of a delivery room. So what is that like when you see a human life that you helped create coming out of a woman?
I'm going to tell you what I did. On my firstborn, I went to my mother when my son was born, and I said, Mama, I love you. Thank you so much. She said, what's wrong with you? I said, no, thank you. I never knew what it took to have a baby till now. Any woman that lays in that room and you see how they dilate,
yeah,
and you see that big old body coming out, a person really has to care about you to have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
When you say dilate, it expands. Is that expansion of the?
Exactly.
Okay.
So you're looking at the head coming out, the body, the arms, the shoulders. It's crazy. It was so surreal to me, man. It brought tears to my eyes. And I really had to, I looked at my son's mother and I just told her, thank you. You are greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What your firstborn?
All my kids.
Really? You told the mother that?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, when you see it, it's a trip, man.
Yeah.
It's like, you be like, it's like a miracle. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, this person had to go through 9 months of development and came out okay, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the way they're born and everything, you're like, wow, this is crazy, man. And that's a part of you.
Now, what I don't do the gender reveal. I didn't do that.
I didn't do that either.
Did they even have? How old is
They
that?
had that back then.
Yeah.
They do that. That's this new millennial
must be.
stuff.
Yeah.
Because me, I'm like this. What we got? What we got? Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. What we gonna do? All right, here we go. All right, Doc said it's coming. Here he come. The baby's coming. Oh, push. Ah! And he says, it's a boy. I said, yes. That was my excitement, you know.
Now, were you hoping for a boy first, or it didn't matter?
Every man hopes. I don't want to say, but I wanted that boy. I wanted that boy. I got my boy first, got my daughter second, got another son third. So
You were blessed.
yeah.
Because I had 2 girls first, and I was like, I didn't want to sound bad enough, but I was like, on the third, I was like, man, I hope this ain't another girl. You know what I'm saying?
I know, and
for real.
And I've heard somewhere where men have like nothing but girls that they were probably players. That's what I've heard. I don't know how true it is though.
No,
I mean, but
Yeah.
but look at Kobe. He had all girls.
Yeah, he did.
You know.
Yeah, he did.
And he was the greatest. He, you know, and it's funny because I listened to the story when he talked to his daughter, and everybody said, "Man, you wish you had a boy." She said, "He don't need no boy. I'm his protege." I was like, "Wow," and you know, to hear your daughter say that was priceless, man.
Now, what does your kids do? Like, what do they? Well, how old are they now?
Oh, my oldest is 35. My middle is 30.
I ain't kids no more.
Nah, they all grown. And my youngest is 22.
Okay. Did any of them follow in your footsteps as far as loving basketball or being big fans of
my oldest son? He's a Laker fan. Kobe Bryant is his favorite player.
So you guys are ever in front of the TV together, like watching the Lakers, because they played just last night. Mm-hmm. Did you guys ever watching a game against the Lakers and the Clippers, and then like you guys are like, oh man, you know, like he's going for the Lakers, you're going for the Clippers? Is that ever happened? Like a rivalry?
That used to be fun. My son no longer. He don't live in California anymore,
Okay.
so my oldest doesn't. My youngest does, but he's in and out. He's a LeBron fan, so wherever LeBron goes, he go. Mm-hmm. So he's not I was taking him to games ever since he was 6 years old. He got all the LeBron jerseys, Miami Heat, Cleveland, the Lakers. He got them. All of them been signed by every player, except who?
LeBron.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How did you know?
Man.
You just knew, huh?
That was the obvious one right there.
Yeah.
Why do you think?
You know, people promises you things, and they tell you. You know, I got friends that know LeBron personally, and I got you, D. I got you, but it never comes to fruition. I say, man, you ain't got to take me to the back. Just take my son back there, let him get his thing signed, and bring him on back. You know, I mean, I don't think nobody in this world is bigger than the game.
No.
I agree with that.
Nobody's bigger than the game.
No.
And for me, you know, I understand you don't want to, you know, but if you already at a game and you're doing it for somebody, I mean, me and LeBron had great interactions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I know him personally, but we've had great interactions. We talked. We had great conversations. So he knows who I am. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'll tell you a quick story about LeBron. He played with his first years of playing in Cleveland. So he was at the Mid Wilshire Hotel. So I'm over there with a couple of friends of mine that knew the PR people from Cleveland, right? So we all having dinner. So we on our way out, right? So now LeBron is coming down here in an SUV, right? And one of them, you know, in the SUV, the ones that you rent out, I mean, the ones that pick you up.
Okay.
So he's hanging out the window. UGLY, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. Hey, you ugly. Doing my cheer, bro.
Yeah.
Priceless, man. That's when we didn't have cell phones back then. We had cell phones, but they didn't have the picture of the videos of a little. But I captured that moment. Some stuff that you just can't film. Mm-hmm. And I've learned being around superstars and $1 million people is that capture that moment within yourself. Everything you ain't got to feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had a couple of people that can verify it, you know, but I know LeBron would verify that because that's the type of guy he is. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just like having the biggest shout out from Kobe.
Yeah.
That he was, when he retired, you know, that he was going to miss me. Priceless.
Yeah, I remember that.
Those are situations, man, that's, you know, you have the interaction with people. You know, I met a lot of people, man, shaking Jay-Z's hand. And Beyonce says, "Hi, Darrell." Man, I'm like, damn.
That's crazy, man.
I didn't, you know.
They know your name.
Exactly.
Who you are.
Bro, I was just at the Kenny Smith party, right? So I seen my dude, Sean Marion, right? Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Okay. He's with Ja Rule, right? So me and Sean, we doing that. And Ja Rule tells me, "What's up, Clipper Darrell?"
Whoa, Ja Rule?
Ja Rule. I'm like, Ja Rule know my name? Oh, I made it, baby.
Man, what is the best piece of advice someone who's famous gave you?
Be yourself. And, that's our mutual friend. He's relative to you.
Yes.
That's our man. He said, he's always said to me, it's not what people say about you when you're in the room, it's what people say about you when you're not.
That's real.
Yeah.
And I took that to heat. And with his bosses and stuff like that, and people always give me compliments to him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy for me. So those are moments that I take in and that I'm honored to be a part of.
Yeah.
That's why I'm the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel we've been knowing each other so long. You know what I'm saying? So when you asked me to do this podcast, it was easy.
Yeah, there's been times, I don't even know if I ever told you, Ricky, but there's been times, how you just talk to people, like me and my brother, we have a certain rapport. Mm-hmm. He's well, I ain't gonna say that, but I was gonna get into age. I ain't gonna say that. But, you just have a certain rapport with people. Mm-hmm. And there's me and Darrell's talked on the phone for like 3 hours, Ricky.
Yeah.
At like 2 a.m, just talked. Yeah. We just had like a vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something about, the universe just makes things happen. Mm-hmm. So we've always had a connection. And I know I met you through our cousin. Mm-hmm. I met you through him, but me and you've always had like a special vibe, Exactly. And I can go 6 months without talking to Darrell, and then when I talk to him again, it's like we haven't lost the conversation we had last picked up from. So I knew that when I asked him, I knew that he probably wouldn't say no. I kind of had a feeling that you wouldn't say no, but I felt comfortable asking when my brother was saying, we should, interview Darrell. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that I knew.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, of course, I wouldn't have never said no.
Well, let's get to the point of how did you even become Clipper Darrell?
Wow. So I was having fun at a game. Right. I was dancing in the aisles, and this song came on by 2 Unlimited called "Are You Ready for This?" Right. And I started dancing, and the crowd went crazy, right? Mm-hmm. And because they played me on the Jumbotron, the crowd went crazy. They played me back in slow motion, and I got a standing ovation.
Wow.
First time. And then every time that song came on from that day forward, the cameraman looked for me. I was in my same seat and looked for me, put me up on the Jumbotron, and I started dancing. And that was it. That's how Clipper Darrell came.
And when was this?
Back in 2001, 2. Yeah, top.
So they were at Staples. They weren't at the sports arena.
No.
Who was the owner of the team at that time?
Donald Sterling.
Oh, did you get to meet him?
Oh, yeah. I met him several times. Donald Sterling put me on a team playing in 2006.
What?
He put me on a team playing in the playoffs, Game 7. Elton Brand gave me the tickets to the Game 7. I rode on a plane with the team, and he put me up in the Ritz-Carlton. And then I had dinner with the front office.
That had to be cool.
Yeah.
Bro, a fan's dream. A fan's dream. And then, like, one game he didn't come to, he called the president of the LAPD, the union, I think that's what it was. He came to my seat. He said, "Man, Donald wants me to give you his seat for the night. He wants you to sit in his seat." I'm talking about, I'm on the floor, bro.
Wow.
I'm on the floor, feet on the wood.
Yeah.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about.
Was that your very first time?
Very first time on the wood, baby.
Hey, what is that feeling like? Because, we all fantasize about being right there.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
Priceless. It's a feeling. Every play is a foul. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
If the referees want to call fouls on every play, they can.
Wow.
It's just that's how close you are. And the players are cussing each other out. They talk about your mama, your sister. Nigga, I'm going to get you tonight. Yeah. Yeah. I think your girl like me. So they getting in your head.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you hear so much trash talk, man.
Wow.
It's funny because, from watching it on, I've never sat that close to a game, but watching it on television, you think that it's an obvious foul and you don't see that every play is a foul. So I guess it must be really hard officiating an NBA game.
I got so much respect for the referees, bro. I used to be an umpire when I was a kid. When I started off at 16. And I got cussed out, and my dad came down to the park, and the guy never said nothing after that. But at the end of the day, though, man, it's a game.
Yeah.
Nobody's bigger than the game.
Mm-hmm.
If you love what you do, it's not work.
Yeah, that's real.
And
Yeah.
I love putting smiles on people's faces.
Mm-hmm.
I love cheering for my team. I love getting people hyped up. It's just one of them situations, man, because my name started off as the dancing man.
Yeah.
So I've always been the dancing man. In 2004, radio station got tired of saying dancing man. They said, Darrell, you need to come down here, man. We're going to get you a name. So it was Dave Smith and Corn Dog and from 1540 The Ticket.
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer around now.
That's AM, right?
Yeah, AM. Mm-hmm. It was 1540 The Ticket, so they was going, we getting all type of names. And Corn Dog said, Clipper Darrell. I said, I like that. You know. Dancing D, they was trying to give me all type of stuff. But when I heard Clipper Darrell, I liked that one, so it stuck.
You know, I always wondered, you know, every team, you're kind of like, you're not a mascot to me, you're like a super fan,
Yes.
right? And I was wondering, like, when the Clippers were trying to pick a new mascot, I was kind of hoping that they would pick you. Mm-hmm. And then they picked, I don't know, what is that, a pelican, or I don't know what that is.
It's a condor.
Is that what it is?
What happens is when you pick a mascot, or any mascot that you ever seen, they never show their face.
Right.
The reason why they do that is because that's how you'll never get. You can never take the name name with you, because nobody knows who's in there.
Yeah.
That's why guys retired. Like the guy from Milwaukee just retired. They used to do all the flips from the ceilings and all that. Yeah. He just retired, so they got a new person in there. But they do that on purpose, so when you make an exchange, or if you can't make it to a game, you don't know. See, I know the mascots that's underneath that.
You know all the teams?
Not all the teams. That's my team.
Oh,
so I know them. Mm-hmm. So I can tell when it's because I can tell by the height. See, a lot of people don't pay attention because I'm at every game. So when you know, the height tells me everything.
Yeah.
So I be like, okay, that's the girl today. Oh, that's the dude. Oh, that's the other guy. Because what they don't want to do is they want to give it to so many people because they don't have to give you a salary.
Never knew that. That was my next question. Yeah. Is how much they make.
Yeah.
Do you know how much they make? If they're not on a salary?
See, if you're not on a salary, that you could make an hourly. You can make $25-$30 an hour.
Damn.
You know, because they don't have to pay you.
Yeah.
They can give you $200 a game.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a contract. Because they got so many people doing it.
Yeah.
But other teams, they have, like, if you notice, the Lakers don't have a mascot.
Yep.
Right.
You see,
they had at one time they had somebody like you, like Dancing Barry.
I love that. That was my hero.
Yeah, did you ever meet him?
Never met him, man. I would love to meet Dancing Barry. If he's still alive out there, people know him. I would love to meet Dancing Barry, man. And I want to bring him. I want to bring him back and get on this show with you again with him.
That would be nice.
He was funny, man. Dancing Barry was a person that drove me because I used to watch the games with my dad at home, man. Remember they was on Prime Ticket.
Yes, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he used to come down them aisles, bro.
Go
up in them aisles, man, and do the little boogie, do the little boogie. Oh man, he was off the chain, bro.
Yeah, he was.
He was off the chain. Yeah, I miss Dancing Barry though, man. But people, you have to take this stuff seriously, and you got to realize the NBA is a brand.
Yeah.
Marketing tool. And when they feel threatened or they feel, that you're not doing the right thing, sometimes they just let you go instead of coming to talk to you about it and straighten things out. See what we do a lot of times, we listen to what other people say instead of doing your own investigation. Like you could tell me that man right there is no good. That's your opinion.
That's right.
Yep.
That's your opinion. I'm looking at him. Hey, he's been good to me.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to go on what you say. I said I'm sorry for what you went through with him. But because I look at that in relationships. Now I'm not going to date, like, we friends. I've been knowing you a long time. I'm not going to date nobody you dated.
Exactly.
That's off limits. As soon as they say your name, I say, oh no, I'm good.
That's an unwritten rule.
Yeah, and that's but a lot of people don't understand that though.
They don't,
because
you see that with the NBA players. A lot of them.
Oh my goodness, dude!
horrible.
What do you
crazy.
make of that, man? Like when you see, like you probably seen the groupies, so you're at the game and you might have access to the tunnels. I don't know if you do or not, but you've seen the women that come to these games, and when you see one player, or one woman go from one player to another, like what do you think? What is going through the player's mind?
Let me explain something to y'all. 2006. Donald Sterling put me on a plane to go to the playoffs. We get to the hotel, the Ritz-Carlton. 200 women is in the lobby.
Wow.
200 women. What do you expect?
Were they dimes?
Huh?
Were they dimes?
You got you had some dimes. You had some half dollars.
Yeah.
You had some nickels. You had some pennies.
Yeah.
But there was 200 of them.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of women for only 15, 16 dudes.
For real.
And you wonder why they get in trouble? Because that's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Bro, I tell you a quick story. Player told me this. I'm not going to reveal the player
that's
name.
fine.
Okay, but he was having sex with her, took the rubber off, threw it in the trash can, went to the bathroom. Right? When he got out the bathroom, legs spread wide open. She got the condom, putting the sperm in her.
Wow.
Did it work?
I don't know. That never worked. I talked to him like a couple of years later.
That's crazy, man.
But because see, a lot of people don't realize once sperm hits the air,
It ain't no good.
Oh, I see.
But you never know. You can get that one little
If it's one out of 1,000, there's that one.
One little squeaky.
Yeah.
One little swimmer. Oh, come here. I'm coming. Oh, backstroking.
Man. Now, what was it like, the transition from Donald Sterling to the owner now?
You know what? It was like
Steve Ballmer.
It was like the transition was crazy. I sat next to Steve Ballmer. I really thought that me and him was going to be best friends because of his energy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I tell you, like, if people really get to know me, they would understand me. If you don't have a conversation with me and you let somebody else tell you who I am, you would never understand me because you always think I'm crazy. A man that dressed up in a half and half outfit, screams to the top of his lungs for his team is crazy. And I'm nowhere near that.
Right.
But I've done stuff for Matt Barnes and Snoop. I used to host their games. It's like a lot of players. I used to do stuff with Nick Swaggy P. Young. But people they took their time to get to know me. And Ballmer, I just wish Ballmer would take the time, because we sat next to each other. We chest bumping, we high-fiving the first year he owned the team.
Wow.
All right, I got pictures to prove it, But as the time went, I think L.A. got to him. And I think the stardom, taking pictures and signing autographs, really took him on.
Oh, wow.
So now he thinks he's a star.
Yeah.
He thinks he's a super fan.
Yeah.
You can't own a team and be a super fan. I don't care who you are. Like, be who you are. I love his energy, but you can't be who I am. It's not going to work when you own something, because it's just like he did the same thing for Microsoft. He did the same thing for the Clippers. That energy is contagious.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't get me wrong. He's a good, but he has to understand the respect of people.
Yeah.
And once he understands how to own, he's going to be a great owner. You can't lie to people.
Ooh.
You can't tell people that you're going to be here forever. We're going to hang your things up in the rafters, and that's it. It doesn't work that way. Mm-hmm. It's a business. So you can't do that. We'd love to have you. I can't promise you anything. You know what I'm saying? But I can give you a max deal. That's what ownership is about.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you go to work, I don't care what you do. You know, you a butcher, you a clerk, you a mailman, you a police officer. It's all about your surroundings and who you work with.
Yeah, for sure.
And when you have a great work environment, man, you love going to work.
Yep.
That's real.
You love getting up, man. You know what I'm saying? But players don't want to be lied to. People say, oh, man, they making millions of dollars. So what?
Yeah.
You got to remember this, right? Blake Griffin buys a house in Manhattan Beach because he says he's going to be here. Now he has to sell a house because now they got to ship him to Detroit.
Yeah.
You see, because of what you told me. Terrence Mann had to go. Norman Powell.
Oh, man. Why did they give him
I didn't
Norman
understand
Powell?
that.
I didn't understand that one either.
Amir Coffey. You know?
Wait, you ain't saying the main person.
Yeah.
You know?
I think you.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Let me. I'm gonna get to that. Okay.
Oh,
Let me get to them in order.
Okay.
Okay. Then you after Amir Coffey, and now you get to James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get to Chris Paul. Now, I don't care what Chris did. You don't let him go like that.
No, that was
Chris is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He will go into the Hall of Fame. Okay? But you can't let him go out like that. Like what I'm doing now, I'm putting together something behind the scenes that I'm throwing a party for him. Retirement party. Because what he did for me, when Chris Paul first came to the Clippers, right? He gave me his shoes. Right? Gave me a box of them. He gave me 3 pairs the first day. In 2 weeks, man, I had a box coming. I was getting a box every other month from Chris, right? He let me host, along with Afion Crockett, his shoe release. We was at the by Dodger Stadium, that little police academy.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we was at. And that was an honor for me that he loved like me that much to let me host his event.
Mm-hmm.
Priceless. You know, to this day, I still got a gang. I still got CP3 shoes I haven't even worn yet.
I bet.
You know, I got a purple pair that I'll never get worn, but I'm always going to keep them because.
And
go ahead.
Those shoes, man, they wind up being real valuable too after a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Really valuable. Not saying that that's the reason why it's more sentimental for you, but over time it's just going to wind up happening being that way.
All my stuff that I've gotten from players, man, are momentums that I could never replace. I could never get rid of them because it meant so much to me. You know, like you look at Brunson for the New York Knicks.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. So his dad, I seen Jalen when he was a little kid. His dad used to play for the Clippers. So I seen him. I still got his dad's shorts. He gave me some shorts after a game one time. I still got them to this day. Those are priceless moments for me. I don't care if he wasn't a superstar. But he was a player, and he was good to me. He talked to me. He understood me. You know what I'm saying? I got his direct hookup. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. See, after when people see that you're not who that people tell them who you are, people understand you. People are like, dang, he knows the game. Okay. I'm not. Because I fan out at the beginning. Now, don't get me wrong. I met a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people, and I fan out. You know, I used to sit in the car with Corey Maggette. I used to sit in the car with him. He used to say, Darrell, you staring. Darrell, you staring at me. Darrell, you staring. And because I was so in awe that I'm really hanging out with this dude. You know, me. That's what made me start my foundation because of Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Corey took me to my first 5-star restaurant.
What was that?
Mr. Child's.
Oh.
Beverly Hills?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we didn't get back to Shea Gilders, man.
Yeah.
You supposed to go up to him.
Now,
why did they get rid of him?
The trade made sense.
At the time, you saying?
At the time, it made. See, if Shea was still here, who do you think he'd be? Shea Gilchrist Alexander?
he wouldn't get that many touches as he have gotten, but he would have gotten. I'm pretty sure he would have. The talent would have shined through, but he probably wouldn't have had as many touches.
Exactly. So now he went somewhere that he was the man.
Right.
He didn't have to worry about Kawhi. He didn't have to worry about Paul George.
Yeah.
So that's what made Shea the person he is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just loves to come and torture the Clippers because they traded him.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be in L.A. I don't care who you are.
Oh, definitely.
Sure.
You know? But that trade, if I had to do all over again, I would have done it too. It's not one of them trades that you like, oh.
So you don't think he would have shined just as much on the Clippers?
I don't think so. Because we would never know that.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it because at OKC he's the number one man. He wouldn't have been the number one man here.
No.
Oh, it would have been Kawhi and him.
Yeah.
So Kawhi hits his spot. The reason why Kawhi is so good is because he hits his spots. He's not a freelancer.
Right.
Like James Harden to shoot the ball wherever.
Yeah.
Kawhi is strategic.
Yes, he is.
I need this spot.
Yep.
If you let me get here, it's over with.
Yeah.
And he's 90%, 80%.
You know what's funny to me though? The way his shot, it don't have a real good arc on it, but it goes in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That line drive.
Yeah.
That line
That's
drive.
what trips me out, man.
He got the fundamentals down, man.
Yeah. Oh, Barry, before we move on.
Yes.
Shouldn't people do something, man?
Yeah, man. You guys need to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Mouse ENT on YouTube and at Longwood Mouse on Instagram.
And while we're on the subject, Darrell, where can people find you?
At Clipper Darrell, baby. CLIPPERDARRELL. Everything is at Clipper Darrell, baby.
Oh, cool. I wanted to ask you, man, like, have you met players that you was like, man, this dude is a trip? Like, you thought they were going to be cool, and they wasn't?
You know what? All my interaction with players have been wonderful, bro.
Really?
Been brilliant. Except one. Never forget it. Eric Dampier. I did an ugly chant to Eric Dampier at the game. They played for the Dallas Mavericks, right?
Right.
So Eric got mad at me. I seen him at the club that night. Corey McGetty's brother used to throw clubs. He used to throw parties at clubs after every game, right? So they came out, and he cussed me out and told me to get out his face, right? I said okay. So one of his teammates explained to him what I do, right? Eric just thought I was just bashing him. So the next time we played Dallas, he called me down from the stands. He said, "Come here, boss." And I went down there and talked to him. And he said, "Man, I apologize." And he said, "I didn't know that was just your fun and just having fun with us." And
Well, he's just man enough to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He didn't even have to do that.
He didn't have to
No,
do exactly.
not really.
And we've been friends ever since. So ever since he come back, we always wave, we always show love to each other. That's the only player I ever got into it with.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Who are you closest to out of all the players that you've met?
ooh, Corey McGetty.
Oh, okay.
I love Q. I could hit Q up anytime I want. Darius. You know, but actually I asked Darius when my daughter turned 30. I feel 30 is like your big day. I asked Darius to give my daughter a 30 shout out video, and he did it for me.
Oh, cool.
Man, everybody's different because I don't call people just because I got their number.
Right.
You know, it's always a reason why I want you on my show, or I'm gonna be in Chicago, man. What you gonna be up to? Stuff like that. I just don't call people just to call them, unless I'm closer to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I always check on our guy all the time. I always send him a text, making sure he's good. You know, but like a lot of people that I know that's in my phone, it's priceless. You know.
Yeah.
I just can't say I'm close to anybody, but I have a lot of people that got my back.
Oh, that's good.
Do you think that possibly with some of the how Steve Ballmer is with the Clippers and some of the maybe Donald Sterling was with the Clippers, do you think that has a reason to why they haven't been really successful in winning?
Go ahead and ask the question, man. Go ahead, Barry. Are we cursed? That's what you're gonna. That's what you want to ask.
Yeah.
You know what, B? I'm gonna tell you though. I was starting to feel it. I really was.
Damn.
But people respond on the way you treat them. See, you can't, like I was telling you before. Once Bomber learns how to be an owner, it's gonna be okay. He doesn't know how to be an owner yet. He's this hype guy that likes to have fun and makes crazy decisions. You don't let Chris Paul go like that. And when Chris reaches out to you to talk to you, you pick up the phone. You can't ignore a situation.
Yeah.
Okay. So are we cursed? I just believe that a lot of guys got a bunch of money. They have to learn how to respect.
Mm-hmm.
And once you learn how that is, you're gonna win. Cause look at what Jerry Buss did with the Lakers.
Yeah.
He made it a fun atmosphere, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Showtime. Bro, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I wasn't a Laker fan, but I watched my dad smile from ear to ear. You know, I've never been to a Laker parade.
Was there any time you almost crossed over, Darrell? Like, you know what?
You know what? People say that, man, but I don't like bandwagons.
I feel you on that one.
Because, see, bandwagons show who your character is.
Yes.
So if Barry's my friend and Barry goes broke, Barry is still my friend.
Yeah.
You see,
Yep.
we still boys. I don't look at his money. That's his own money.
Yep.
You see,
Even though I don't have it.
but what I'm saying, but there's people out there that, they want to be around you because of who you know.
Yeah.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Even like I'm divorced now, and even this dating world is crazy for me.
Ooh. For you.
And people expect me to just take them to a party.
Yeah.
I know you've been this girl, her nephew comes in. I'm over her house. Nephew comes in. Oh, is that the guy you was telling me about? He hands me a CD.
Oh, man.
wow.
It's gotten to that.
Yes. He said, I'm trying to be a rapper, man. They said, you close to, I'm not even going to mention their names, but
Right.
you already know who But I'm like, wow.
That's crazy.
So that was strike one.
Yeah.
But you got to realize something. You have to earn, even being my friend, you have to earn to be around people because I have to, because everywhere I go, Barry, you can vouch for this.
Yeah.
I'm always by myself.
Yep. Always.
I don't take nobody with me because one thing I've watched what other people do, every time you bring somebody with you, they mess it up for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
I
mess
agree.
it up for you.
I agree 100%.
I can't get myself in trouble,
That's true.
And that's what we have to do is we have to start doing as men. Sometimes just telling people, no, I can't take you.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can't understand that, he's not your friend.
Yep.
I had a woman that reached out to me and wanted to go to I'll never forget, and wanted to go to the Kenny Smith party. Right? I talked to her more the last 2 weeks than in the whole year I've known her.
Because she wanted to go to the party that bad.
Exactly.
Hey, Darrell, can you do me a favor? Can you pause that?
For what, man? I don't like pausing.